Hi, I'm Mary Nielsen. I'm the Executive Director at Spectrum Advanced Aesthetics in Portland, Oregon. And I want to thank you so much for this award of excellence in allied health from ASLMS. It is truly an honor. I have been in aesthetics for over 20 years. Gosh, probably going on 30 years. And I remember my first laser was from Cutera, but it was before Cutera was Cutera. It was Altus Medical at the time. And there was just minimal information out there, so I had to rely on mentors and industry icons like Rebecca Sprague, Barry DiBernardo, Edward Zimmerman, Dr. Seiler, John Hoopman. They were so great and so helpful with the information they had available to me. I remember the plastic surgeons that I was working for came in, asked me to research bringing lasers into their practice, and when I did, it was like angels were singing. I was so excited to get involved in this new profession, this new field. And I remember my trainer came to me with a sheet of notebook paper where she'd written down her favorite settings and how far the industry has come in these last 20 to 25 years. It's amazing. One of the biggest things that I enjoyed when I first got started with lasers was just feeling smart, feeling like I understood how to adjust energy and what the skin response was going to be. And when it finally clicked what pulse duration and pulse width was, and when I knew hertz and joules, and how I understood thermal relaxation time and selective photothermolysis, it made me feel very smart. And I loved being able to use that technology and make changes to the skin. And then I had an experience happen to me that was significant, and it has carried with me all of these years. I had a client come to me. He was a prominent attorney in town and came in for a consultation and said, I'm interested in laser hair removal, and I want hair removal on my chest and my back. And I said, absolutely, I think I can do it. And he started to explain to me all the things that why he wanted hair removal. Well, when I'm in court and I'm wearing a shirt and tie and my belt and my waistline and it's tugging and pulling and I feel like I'm always having things pinching me. I'm like, it's fine, I don't need a justification. I just need to see what the target area looks like to see if your hair is going to be able to absorb this laser energy and if we can do a treatment on you. And so I need you to undress. And so he stood there and taking off his jacket, taking off his shirt, his t-shirt, and just looking at him there, I realized how vulnerable he was. Just by removing his clothes, he became so vulnerable to me. Additionally, he looked like he was wearing a sweater. He had chest hair and back hair that was extremely dense and extremely dark, so good for him. I said, no problem, I'm happy to help you. And as he stood there, he looked at me and he said, I just want my wife to touch me. And that impacted me so much. Still to this day, when I think about that story, he said, you know, my wife will touch me on my sides, but she never really fully embraces me because she doesn't like my body hair. And that's when I realized that what we do impacts people more powerfully than we even know, because he didn't have to tell me that story, but in his vulnerability, he did. And he came in for his appointments. He was never that vulnerable again. He went through his series. We were able to remove quite a bit of the hair. He still had some left, but we were able to help him. He left. I didn't see him again for about 6 months, and then one day he just popped in the office, and I turned and looked, and there he was in the hallway. I said, wow, good to see you. What's going on? And he said, I just want you to know, thank you so much for what you did, because I think you saved my marriage. That's the impact that we have with our power of touch. We have the technology, but we have the power to make impacts in people's lives that sometimes we don't even realize. And so I am so thankful for this profession. I am so thankful now that my career has taken me to a place where I can own and operate a school and teach other technicians how to use lasers and how to use them safely, effectively, and with compassion. So thank you, ASLMS, for the work that you're doing in promoting this profession, the work that you're doing to elevate this profession, and to gather all of us together so that united we can really make an impact in our communities. Thank you.